Now, the kidnapping of Jamal White, the 7-year-old, is in question at this time. So it does look like they, of course, they arrested the person who did the kidnapping, which is Corey Williams. He has a $75,000 bond at this time, but it looks like Corey might be in there telling it on the mountain, because it looks like they have arrested the mother, Shavon Williams, and she's been arrested. Now, throughout all this time, it has come to find out that baby Jamal has been in federal custody. Now, it's being reported he's back home with family members. They're not saying who, but also the father, they're trying to say that the father may have also had something to do with it too. So from the new unreleased footage, it does look like the father had time to go and grab him, but he ended up running in the house, so that looked real suspect. And it's a shame that they put this baby in the middle of whatever they have going on, because it's obvious that the mama and the daddy got some type of thing going. And why the uncle involved himself in it, I don't know. But y'all, the main part is Jamal is safe.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Jaleesa Unfiltered, where I break down real stories with real commentary. Today's video is an update about 7-year-old Jamal White Jr., who was found after being taken from right in front of his father's home in Milwaukee. And the update is absolutely crazy. But before we get any further into it, please make sure you like this video, share it, and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. So a couple days ago, I did a video on this story about the backlash Jamal White's father was facing for basically leaving his son behind when these people pulled up to, so-called rob him, and ended up taking his son right in front of his eyes. Well, not really right in front of his eyes, because he ran inside the house and closed the door behind him. So I did a video a couple days ago just talking about the case in general and the backlash surrounding the father's actions after a video came out Monday showing a different angle of the incident. And, just people reacting to all that has taken place and the speculation and what people really thought was happening behind the scenes in this situation, because everything just seemed a little sketchy. And there was so much speculation, y'all. And the father faced so much backlash for running inside the house and leaving him to be taken. Make sure you check out my previous video to catch up on that if you haven't seen it already. But anyway, these new developments are just wild and sinister even. Some people even thought that the situation was kind of the family trying to create a dire situation to establish a GoFundMe scam. I saw that kind of circulating around, but those allegations don't seem to be true. To me, the actual story is worse, in my opinion. It just shows how parents' lifestyle can, in fact, impact their children and potentially put them in harm's way. And in this situation, it actually did. Thankfully, he was found safe and alive and not took the worst turn ever, But according to reports, Corey Williams, 25, has been officially charged in the case of 7-year-old Jamal White. But in a twist made for TV, Williams told authorities that him and 2 others were actually trying to rob Jamal's mother, who is allegedly a well-known DRUG dealer who they had seen with bricks of DRUGS during FaceTime calls. Williams claimed that they waited at Shavon Williams' home, and when she didn't show up, they decided to rob Jamal's father instead. Shavon is Jamal's mother. The father infamously ran into the house, leaving baby Jamal defenseless. At the point in which he was taken, the plan changed, and one of the other individuals contacted the mother, demanding $100,000 and jewelry in exchange for the child. The report goes on to say that Williams says he was promised $10,000, but after the situation, he demanded more. When Shavon didn't show up and the Amber Alert was sent, the others involved left Jamal at Williams's house where he was found less than 24 hours later. Police say the child told them he was at his dad's house. A man chased him, grabbed him by the back of the shirt, and took him. He said he was in a car with 3 unknown people who drove to the house where police found him. Once inside, he told officers he heard the driver, later identified as Williams, talking to his mom, who said she was going to come and pick him up, but never did. The report says that Shavon Williams was arrested with charges pending. Corey Williams faced multiple charges, including taking hostages as a party of a crime and contributing to the delinquency of a child as a party to a crime. Y'all, this is sad and wild. I cannot believe that this little boy had to go through something like this because of his parents. No wonder he was placed into federal protective custody. Imagine how scared he was. He probably felt so alone and let down. His father left him, ran in the house, closed the door behind him, and didn't even attempt to save him. And then once he was in that house, he heard his mother say she would come and get him, but never showed up. This is so heartbreaking. While those men that took him are cowards and scum, his parents ultimately failed him, in my opinion. I truly hope little Jamal is able to move on from this horrible situation and grow to become a whole and mentally stable young man. I'm truly praying for him. I just cannot imagine how he feels. And I just wonder what other family members think of this situation. You know, a lot of people were kind of mixed on how the situation went down with the father. Some people were saying, give him a break. You don't know what you'll do in that situation. And some people were completely dragging him, saying like, no, there's no way that you run in the house knowing your child is out there and leave him behind. Like, you should have even gotten a car and tried to follow these people to see where your child was going. And honestly, in my opinion, I agree. This was a scary situation. He was taken by random strangers, people who was trying to possibly bring harm to you. So what do you think was going to happen to him? So, and then the mom, like, her lifestyle is the reason why this happened. And I don't know if the father is also involved in that type of life, but they said that since they couldn't get to the mother, they decided to go to the father. And, when you're involved in these type of street activities and you have children, you are putting them in harm's way. And like I said, it's just absolutely heartbreaking that this little boy had to go through something like this. And I hope that he gets justice. I hope that he gets the help that he needs. I really hope that he's able to just heal from this situation and, maybe one day forgive his parents for him even having to go through this, and forgive the people that did this to him, so he can move on and become, like I said, a whole and healthy individual from this. But wow, y'all, yeah, this was a crazy one. I really didn't expect this to be the situation. I remember people saying that, there's a possibility that the parents' lifestyle had something to do with it. So maybe those people that were saying this maybe had some prior knowledge of the type of things his parents were involved in, and they were onto something, because Corey Williams got arrested and spilled the beans. And now this is what we know about the situation. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with anything that I've said? Let's keep the conversation going. All right, y'all, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Jaleesa Unfiltered. Stay real, stay unbothered, and unfiltered. Talk to y'all later. Bye.